Hey, what is up, YouTube? This is Griffin. One solid half of Farmtown Flippers here, as always, with my very lovely and very beautiful wife, young Thrifty chick.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we want to talk about a video we're going to make tomorrow. Um, and it is on the topic of, can you actually thrift properly in retail stores? What do you think about that?
Um, I think you can.
So I was skeptical at first when we would walk in a Walmart. I would immediately go to like the Magic the Gathering and Pokemon card section and see the empty racks and then look at the crappy Panini cards they had for sports cards and look at the odds. And I'm like, why are we doing this? This is why we can't have nice things. In the meantime, she's over, in the clearance aisle, and she's finding things at incredible values. And I started to take a look at this once we did a couple openings in our toy opening series because the stuff she was picking up there for the price was insane. They were great videos, they were great products, and I think over the course of us opening those products, we both realized that you can see some insane value coming out of the retail stores for next to nothing. Um, would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the best way is the clearance section because
Yeah.
there's always different things, and it's like when you're going into like retail stores, you're looking at like trading cards and you're looking in the regular toy aisle or whatever, you're doing it wrong. You need to go into the clearance, and the reason why I say that is because when we just get lucky because there's always a clearance aisle. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get lucky every day and you're going to find really cool toys and really cool action figures and stuff like that, but it's always worth a look. And usually, if you go once a week, you know that they're always going to put new stuff or hope that they do.
Yeah.
And that's like the way to do it. I've always done that.
I think with all the toy opening videos that we've done thus far, I think my favorite one, and I don't even think it's close for me, is like the Lanky box, and we got that from Walmart, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Me as a boy, like opening this thing, um, even now at my age, like I just thought it was really cool, and I was over the moon to see what else was coming out of it. And we bought that for what, $10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so right now online, right, like it's going for what, 39.99 or something like that.
No, 29.99.
Okay, so for $30, but look, guys, you can find stuff down there, and it's insane. Like, so what I want to talk to you about is it is a real thing. I don't think you can find something on rollback that you can resell. I'm not saying that. That's silly. What I'm saying is if you hit your local Walmarts, distribution is not the same. You could find something on clearance that's selling at your local Walmart that isn't exactly the same across the entire country. Maybe in this state or in this state they're sold out. They can't get them. They have to buy them from scalpers or secondhand markets. Or you can just pick it up because your specific Walmart hasn't sold them and they shove them off the clearance. This is a statistical value run by AI in Walmart right now. It's not some pimply faced 18-year-old kid making these decisions. Stuff will go to clearance based on what AI says. That's the way of the world in 2025. Now, here's what I'll tell you. You can find some stuff down the Walmart clearance aisle that might be $5, but will easily resell online for maybe 15 to 20 to 25, maybe even $35. That's the reality of the world we live in and our distribution channels post COVID. That's just how it works. Um, would you agree with that? Or
Yeah, I agree.
so, a couple strange things when we talk about retail places. I watch this guy who I really enjoy on YouTube. His name is Flippity Flip. Check his channel out, man. He's great. He's funny. He's got this place because I think he is in Kentucky or Tennessee. He's right around, in the middle South. And you guys have that place there if you live there or if you don't, but it's called McKay's. It's a bookstore. But you can bring virtually anything to that place and get store credit for. And then the things that they sell secondhand are already discounted. So you can buy things that maybe are worthless to most people and you can't sell on eBay, but they will accept these things. They will give you store credit and then you can turn that around. And I remember talking to young thrifty chick not too long ago, hey, if only we had a McKay's or, and I looked up on the internet other stores like McKay's. The first thing that came up is Half Price Books, right? And I'm like, if only we had a McKay's or a Half Price Books. And she's like, there's a Half Price Books. And there was. And what do you think about Half Price Books? Just like, shoot me straight.
Well, I went there several years ago, and I'd go there. Now, I didn't go there to thrift for stuff. I went there for stuff that I wanted. And at the time, I thought it was really cool because they had anything. Like, you can get anything for, like, half the price.
Yeah.
Maybe even 75% of, like, the retail prices you would get at other stores. It was just interesting, and, like, how their process worked. Like, you can bring stuff in depending on if it was good, right? You can't bring in, like, garbage. Like, okay, like, this is not going to sell. Don't waste your time.
They'll offer to recycle it for you, right?
Yeah. And
yeah.
It's like, well, I can just do it myself.
Yeah, for sure.
But I thought it was cool because you can really find a lot of things. You can obviously find books, DVDs. You could find toys, action figures. And the one we went to was way better than I ever expected because the one I went to was where I used to live, and that was just kind of like dingy and it wasn't all that great. But then this one that we went to was awesome, and I never seen so many like action figures and stuff. And like
there was so much
I know
stuff. Yeah, it was so fun to look at. I mean,
fun.
and look at the value we got out of that place because if you guys understand this, like we walked in the store, we didn't even know it was there. I drove past it. And this is what's insane is I've been looking for a place like this for probably 2 decades, living in the same area that I've lived in, and I drove past this place every day and didn't know it existed, right? Pay attention. Google is your friend. But here's what I'll tell you. They had some amazing stuff. This is what would be considered a mainstream retail store. And you're like any other shopping experience that you have, especially when you're trying to resell things, you have to be very careful in what you buy, right? I never advocate for using Google Lens, but you will see us both do it all the time when we just don't know what something is. If I know what it is, I don't need to Google Lens it, and I don't. It's obnoxious and it's distracting from the content, and other people around you are going to think you're a bozo, and so all those things. But with Half Price Books, here's what I'll say. You can find a lot of value there in the products that they have. They have some good products at a great price, and this is why, and this is the other half of that. They have them for a great price because the people that bring these products in to sell to them, they give them next to nothing for it. So they don't have really any skin in the game. You could bring something that you might be able to sell on eBay over the course of 3 to 6 months for $100. they're going to offer you $13. They will not extend that in store credit. They won't say $13 in cash and $26 in store credit. They don't do that. McKay's will offer you store credit at a higher value. Half price books will only give you a cash offer, and they will give you a chit, and you can either use that chit at the receipt counter for your purchases as a deduction, or you can just hand it to them if you don't want to buy anything, and they'll give you the amount that it says on the bottom of that chit. That's it. Now, what would I say about half price books? I'd say the same thing that I say about Walmart, about Ollie's, about any retail chain. There is value to be had in those places. And if you sleep on those, you are going to lose out, because I think that some of the stuff we have, and I think some of the stuff we bought at half price books is kind of still sitting around, but I think the most valuable things that we bought there have already moved, right? Yeah, and and guys, they sold the rate. You know, it doesn't matter the eBay fees or what I charge for shipping. I paid for the whole ticket at half price books with one thing that was sold from that place. So when you're talking about thrifting at retail stores, it's a real thing. It's a real thing, because you will find things. What we plan to do tomorrow is to go to these places and show you that. Obviously, the last video that we made, Farmtown Flips #1, the cameras that we used inside of the store sucks, guys. There's no way to sugarcoat that. They're terrible. We know, we get it. It's cool. We're gonna fix it. But how fun will it be down the road, like when you watch our videos, and then you can come all the way back to that and see, hey, these are the two bozos that made this video, and now look where we're at. It's a progression, right? It's a journey. We're real people, and we're speaking to real people as we go down this road. We've been doing this for a while, right? So we're just trying to bring you with us now as we do it right here in this moment in 2025 in life. A funny story, I didn't know there was an Ollie's anywhere near us. I watched World Class Bull Shitters is the channel. That's the channel name. But they do these Ollie videos, and I think it's in the UK. Maybe it's in the US. I think it's in the UK, but you know, they do these hilarious Ollie videos where they just mounds of toys, you know, and they do these things, and I watch that, and I seen all the peripheral stuff that was going on in the Ollies, and I'm like, wow, that looks cool. That looks cool. I kind of want to see those things. So I mentioned a young Thrifty chick one day. I wish there was an Ollie's like anywhere, you know, around where we live. It turns out there is. And, you know, just like the other place, I've lived here for decades, didn't know that was there, but it is.
It's there.
So, a funny story. The first time we go there, I was blown away. I was shocked, like right on my. I couldn't believe what was going on, and I'm freaking out, and we're trying to figure out what to do. We weren't filming it this time, but like Murano Mama came over and alerted me to something from was it Jurassic World, right? And it was this Jurassic World kind of like alligator crocodile figure, and it made noise and stuff like that. It was $10. She's like, you should buy this. Like the sold comps are like $40, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not paying $10 for this, you know. But you know, I said, you know, whatever. So I picked it up for $10, and that thing ended up selling for $40. Because it turns out not everybody has Ollies, and Ollies are weirdly distributed, throughout not only the United States but the UK, and not everybody has access to that. So finding that for $10 just meant that the local people that visit that particular Ollie's didn't want to buy it. That doesn't mean that there's not demand for it nationally. Other people in other parts of the country that don't have Ollie's are still looking to buy this figure, even from retail sources like Amazon, for the full price. If you get it for 10 and you knock off 5 to 10% of that from the retail price that Amazon or Walmart is selling it for, you make money. And that is thrifting in general. So what I'm saying is, if you can go to a retail store, regardless of what it is, whether it's the Walmart clearance aisle or in Ollie's or any other retail store that offers deep discounts, depending on when you go, the circumstances, you can find sometimes things there that are worth just as much, if not more money, turning back over and flipping than you could at a full day at the thrift store. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, that is true. I mean, there's so many things that, like, specifically Walmart, because we don't really have a Meijer by us or anything like that. Now, I'm not to say that you can't find stuff at Meijer, because you can. It's just we don't have one locally by us. Like, we have a Walmart. So it's so much easier.
It's about a half an hour away, right?
Yeah, there's so many things that you can find at Walmart in the clearance aisle if you're lucky. But you have to know what is going to sell. You have to know, like, the items that people want. And it's mostly toys. It's really what it is. I wouldn't say, oh yeah, pot and pan set is on sale, like it's clearance to $10 and it was $40. Well, I wouldn't sell that. I would probably just keep it. But, things that are in the now, like that are popular, like especially the toys, like the action figures and like Monster High dolls, all that kind of stuff.
And guys, everybody needs to get this right. Like when you're talking about like collectibles, or whether it's real estate or the stock market or anything like that, they're all the same. There's ebbs and there's flows. You could buy a action figure at one point and it could be worth this much. In 2 weeks, it could be worth 20 to 25% less. It could be worth 20 to 25% more. It's supply and demand. And then you have to look out for the scalpers. You guys that like do the Pokemon cards and the Magic the Gathering cards, God bless you. I don't know how you do it, but you guys understand that better than anybody. The price on anything, even if you look it up on Amazon, is not necessarily always the price. The price is what people sell it for and what people buy it for. That's the only two prices that matter. Everything else, the listing prices, all of that, don't get it twisted. That means absolutely nothing. Selling it for, buying it for. And one of those holds more weight. Guess which one? I'm sure you get it. So with that said, we're going to go out tomorrow. We're going to grab you some really cool footage, not crappy footage like we got last time with the cameras we're not using. We are going to try out a new camera tomorrow, but we're also going to back up film on the good cameras. So I promise you this video will be better than the last ones, and we will finally answer this question together. If you can get thrifty finds from retail stores, and we'll do it as a team. You, me, and this sexy little lady right here. We'll all get together and we'll do it tomorrow. See you then. And anything else?
No, not really.
Well, for Griffin and Young Thrifty Chick. We'll see you tomorrow, and
Bye.
bye.